Right, I thought I'd do a little video on the channel, Medieval Chronicles, because I'm planning a bit of a change of direction. Thanks to all those that have watched so far. The original idea of the channel was to read original medieval texts, letters, documents, all the rest of it. I'm now planning to broaden it out to a wider spectrum, I suppose. So then there's going to be visits to sites, castles, palaces, etc. I'm going to do more talks on medieval subjects rather than just reading out the original text. There will be some original text. I very much like that. I like to read out the original text, the original letters. There's a few good poems I've come across lately and so on that I plan to read, and also broaden it out to other areas and countries. That could be a bit limited with being able to travel and so on. But yeah, so basically I'm based in, it's easiest for me to do places at the moment in London and the home counties, especially East Anglia, so I will tend to zone in on those, but I also plan some trips around the country, to Wales, to Scotland. I've got a couple of videos coming up from Aragon and other areas of northeast Spain. Also, what I'd be quite interested in is if anyone wants to chat, if anyone's got a specialist subject that they're interested in and they want to talk about with me, or if they want to talk about any of my more specialist subjects, which are primarily around the 14th century and so on. So there you are. Also any requests, if I visit a particular castle or area or whatever, and you'd like to see something similar but you can't get there, so you live in America or Australia or whatever, and you've always fancied visiting Warwick Castle or somewhere, then let me know, and I'll see what I can do with that. The more obscure the better. I mean, if there's if you've heard about a obscure place in Britain, Europe, whatever, that hasn't been covered by other videos, then let me know. So that's basically it. The idea is that we're going to have a bit of a change of direction. We're going to broaden the spectrum of the channel. Medieval Chronicles. Visits to sites, talks on other subjects. Visits to sites, talks on various medieval subjects, and broaden it out. It'll still be primarily later medieval, 1066 to 1485. But happy to broaden that out as well, and where I can afford it, there'll be visits to Europe, as well as to Scotland, Ireland and Wales and so on. So yeah, any requests, any comments, please let me know. And yeah, we're going to start launching some new videos. We've got one at the moment coming up about the one of the last two remaining city gates in Valencia. And we've got another one coming up on a large medieval Muslim and later Christian palace in Zaragoza. So there's a few other bits coming up as well. But yeah, so change your direction and let me know what you think and what you fancy. See you later. Terry from Medieval Chronicles.